friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to tell you the story The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, illustrated by K.L. Jones and adapted by Roland Mann, a graphic novel and as by Frank Baum. And now I'm going to show you the illustration page, the cover page of the book. So let's get started. This is the cover page of the book The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So let's read it. So this is the second page. This is the first page, and this is all about the author's life. It can be life. There are some books also which he has written, and so I'm going to these are the characters. This is the Scarecrow, this is the Tin Woodman, this is Dorothy, and this is a Toto. This is Tin Woodman, this is Tin Woodman, and this is Scarecrow, this is Dorothy, and this is a cute dog Toto, and this is Carly Dye. So let's get started with the story. Dorothy lived in the middle of the great Canas praises with Uncle Henry, who was a farmer, and Aunt Em, who was his wife. Uncle Henry never laughed. He worked hard from morning till night and did not know what joy was. He looked stern and solemn and rarely spoke. When Aunt Em came there to live, she was a young, pretty wife. The sun and the wind had changed her too. Her eyes had lost her sparkle. The cheeks and lips were no longer red. She wondered how the little girl could find anything to laugh at. This is Dorothy, who didn't laugh. It was Toto that made Dorothy laugh. In fact, the little black dog saved her from going as grey as her surroundings. Toto played all day long sorry friends, that's very sorry. Toto played all day long, and Dorothy played with him and loved him dearly. When Dorothy and orphan came to live with her, Aunt Em being startled by the child's laughter. Cyclone! There's a cyclone coming, Em. I'll go look after the stock. Toto! This is the worried Aunt Em. So now I'm going to read the rest of her. Aunt Em dropped her work and came to the door. One's glance told her the danger close by. Quick, Dorothy, run to the cellar. Keller. Come here, Toto. Quick, Dorothy. Hurry, Toto. The wind shrieked and the house shook so hard. Oh, that Dorothy lost her footing. Then a strange thing happened. The house whirled around 2 or 3 times and rose slowly through the air. Dorothy! The great pressure of the wind on every side of the house raised it up higher and higher until it was the very top of the cyclone. And there it remained, and was carried miles and miles away as easily as you could carry a feather. Hour after hour passed, and slowly Dorothy got over her fright, but she felt lonely. As nothing terrible happened, she stopped worrying and resolved to wait calmly and see what the further would bring. In spite of the swaying of house, the wailing of the wind, Dorothy fell fast asleep. Oh! She was awakened by a shock so sudden and sure that if Dorothy had not been lying on the soft bed, she might have been hurt. Where are we? The confused Dorothy looks like death. Sleepy Dorothy, and this is a frightened Dorothy, and this is not frightened Dorothy. Ha ha ha! Very funny. The cyclone had set the house down in the middle of the marvelous and beautiful country. While Dorothy stood looking eagerly at the strange and beautiful sights, she noticed a group of the strangest people she had ever seen coming towards her. When these people drew near the house, they paused and whispered among themselves, as if scared to go further. You are welcome, most noble sources, to the land of Munchkins. We are so grateful for having the killed witch of the East and for setting our people free from slavery. You are very kind, but there must have been a mistake. I have not killed anyone. Your house did anyway, and that is the same thing. See, there are the 2 feet still sticking out from the under of a block of wood. Oh no, the house must have fallen on her. What should we do? Who was she? She was the wicked witch of the East. She had held all the Munchkins in bondage for many years, making them sick for the night and day. Now they are all set free and we are grateful to you for the favor. But who are the Munchkins? They are the people who live in this land for the years the wicked witch ruled. Are you a Munchkin? No, I am not a Munchkin. I am their friend and I am the witch of North. Oh my god, are you a real witch? Yes, of course, but I am a good witch and the people love me. I am not as powerful as the wicked witch of the East, or I would have set people free myself. But I thought all witches were wicked. Oh no, that is a great mistake. There were only 4 witches on the land of Oz. There were only 4 witches on the land of Oz, and 2 of them, those who live in the north and south, are good witches. I know that this is true, for I am one of them myself. Those who dwelled in the east and the west were certainly wicked witches, but now that you have killed one of them, there is only one wicked witch in all the land of Oz, the one who lives in the west. Oh look, the wicked witch of the east is also old that she dried up quickly in the sun. That is the end of her. Now that these silver shoes are yours, there is some charm connected with them, but we don't know what it is. Sorry friends, my throat is very bad today. I don't know why. I am anxious to get back to my aunt and uncle, for I am sure they will worry about me. Can you help me find my way? The land of the Oz is surrounded by a great desert and cannot be crossed. I am sorry, my dear. You will have to live with us. Dorothy began to sob at this, for she felt lonely among these strong people. Sorry, friends, I forgot to make my voice different over here. Very, very sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Her tears seemed to distress the kind-hearted Munchkins, for they immediately took out the handkerchiefs and began to cry. Don't cry, my child. You must walk to the city of emeralds to the Wizard of Oz. He will help you. It is exactly in the center of the country and is ruled by Oz, the Great Wizard. Where is this city? It is a long journey through the country that is sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. However, I will use all the magic arts I know of to keep you from harm. Won't you come with me? No, I cannot do that, but I will give you my kiss, and no one will be there to harm a person who has been kissed by a witch of North. The road to the city of emeralds is paved with yellow bricks, so you cannot miss it. When you get to Oz, do not be scared of him, but tell the story to ask him to help you. Goodbye, my dear. So saying, the witch of the north disappeared in the bowl of light. Dorothy began to feel hungry, so she ate and then she about preparing her journey to the city of emeralds. Dorothy had only one other dress. It happened to be clean. Although it was very old, it was still a pretty dress. She washed herself carefully, dressed, and tied her pink hat on her head. Those old shoes would never do for a long journey, Toto. I wonder if the new shoes will fit me. They would be just the thing to take a long walk in, for they cannot wear out. Dorothy closed the door, locked it, and put the key carefully in the pocket of her dress. With Toto trotting along behind her, she started on her journey. There were several roads nearby, but it did not take her long to find the one paved with yellow bricks. Within a short time, she was walking briskly towards the Emerald City, her silver shoes tinkling happily on the hard yellow brick road. The sun shone brightly and the birds sang sweetly, and Dorothy did not feel so bad. What a pretty country this is, Toto. Beyond the fences were many fields of grain and vegetables. Eventually, the Munchkins were the good farmers and be able to raise large crops. Once in a while, she passed a house, and the people came out to look at her. They knew she had been the means of destroying the wicked witch of the East and setting them free from the bondage. You must be a great source. Why? Because you wear silver shoes and have killed the wicked witch of the East. Besides, you are white in your dress, and only witches' sources wear white. It is kind of you to wear that. Blue is the color of the Munchkins and white is the witch color, so we know you are a friendly witch. Dorothy did not know what to say. They offered her food and shelter, and she stayed the night with them. So this is Toto again, sleeping beside Dorothy. The next morning, she bade her new friends goodbye and started walking toward her destination. When she had gone several miles, she stopped to rest. Good day, good day, good day. Did you speak? Certainly. How do you do? I'm pretty well, thank you. How do you do? I'm not feeling well, for it is very tiring being pushed up here night and day to scare away crows. Can't you get down? No, for this pole is stuck to my back. If you will please take away the pole, I will be greatly obliged to you. Thank you very much. I feel like a new man. Dorothy lifted the scarecrow off the pole. For being stuffed with straw, it was very pretty light. Who are you and where are you going? My name is Dorothy and I am going to the Emerald City to ask the great Oz to send me back to Kansas. I am stuffed with straw. I have no brains. If I go with you, with the Emerald City with you, would Oz give me some brains? I cannot tell, but you may come with me. So the scarecrow joined Dorothy on the yellow brick road. She told him about the Kansas and her desire to return. Now won't you tell me your story? I was only made day before yesterday. So what happened in the world before that time is unknown to me. When the farmer made my head, one of the first things he did was to paint my ears so that I could hear what was going on. As soon as he painted my right eye, I found myself looking at him and everything around me with a great deal of curiosity, for this was my first glimpse of the world. Then he made my nose in my mouth, but I did not speak because at that time I didn't know what a mouth was for. The farmer set me up on the tall stick. I did not like to be left alone this way. As the time went by, an old crow flew near me, and after looking at me carefully, he perched on my shoulder. I wonder if the farmer thought he could fool me. Any sensible crow can see that you are only stuffed with straw. Then he hopped down at my feet and ate all the corn he wanted. The other birds too came to eat the corn. I felt sad at this, for it showed I was not such a good scarecrow after all. But the crow was comforting me. If you only had brains in your head. Brains are the only things worth having in this world, no matter whether one is a crow or a man. The lights soon faded away, and they found themselves in the wood in the darkness. After the crows had gone, I thought this over, and I decided I would try hard to get some brains. By good luck, you pulled me off the stake, and I am sure the great Oz will give me brains. Yes, brains. The light soon faded away, and they found themselves in the woods in the darkness. If you see any house or any place where we can pass the night, you must tell me. I see a little cottage to the right of us. Of us. They entered the door, and Dorothy lay down at once. The scarecrow, who was never tired, stood up in another corner and waited patiently until the morning came. The next morning, they found a little spring of clear water where Dorothy drank and bathed and ate her breakfast. She saw that there was not much bread left in the basket, and she was thankful that Scarecrow did not have to eat anything. The Scarecrow, who was never tired, stood up in another corner and waited patiently until the morning came. When she had finished her meal and was about to go back into the yellow brick road, she was startled to hear a deep groan nearby. So friends, you will have to wait and you will have to subscribe my channel for my part 2 of the wonderful visit of Oz's story. So please subscribe, like and share. Bye. And please wait for the part 2. I will send it. Just subscribe for part 2.